Hey YouTube, today I'm looking at a Blue Sea Systems ST blade fuse block. It is a fuse block that is pretty easy to use. Blue Sea has some good reviews out there. It's pretty well known. You can use these to isolate fuses to run like accessories off of, or just to make it easier for you to connect new electronics to a 12 volt or a 24 volt system, like your boat, car, truck, SUV, whatever. So we'll open it up, we'll talk about kind of how it works real quick, and it's a cool little addition if you have a lot of accessories running in your car, especially if you're running a starting battery and an accessory or an auxiliary battery. Okay, so here is the Blue Sea Systems fuse block. This has a removable cover, comes right off. You just push down on that. The cover has some little fuse block holders, so you can put your spare fuses in there. It also has these little, I guess they're kind of indentations. You can put labels in there. They come with little label stickers, so you can write, you know, I have a Cyclone LED. This is like a hood light kit, so like I could write like hood light, and then you put it on there, you know which fuse goes to what. Here's this says, ST blade fuse block, 12 circuits with cover and negative bus. So has a cover. Some of them don't come with the negative bus, so you just run it back to your ground or the frame somewhere so it's grounded. This comes with a separate one, which is nice for a more solid connection. Here's your wiring diagram, very basic. Again, see if we can hold it next to it pretty well. All right, set in frame, cool. All right, so there's your negative DC. This is all your negative terminals. Obviously there's 12 and then 12 here. I don't think it really would matter if you ran like them in any particular order back and forth, as long as you have your positive and your negative. Here's your 125 amp max fuse to positive. Obviously plus, minus, pretty easy to see. They are numbered. This one comes with one fuse stock. It has pretty good retention. This fuse obviously is in good shape. No issues there, hasn't been used at all. Clicks in, simple to use. Here's your cover. Fits in there. There's a fuse block. All right, let's see what the backside says. Application note, suitable main circuit protection of not more than 125 amp rating should be provided ahead of this device. So I guess you want a fuse on your positive line that's 125 amp, so that they don't blow the block up. All right, on the back, it can be used for 24-hour circuits. Clear insulating cover, we went over that. Satisfies ABYC, US Coast Guard installation requirements. Accepts ring terminals, we'll go over that in a second. It is easy to open, tin-plated copper buses and fuse clips, cool. Includes the 20 circuit labels. There's your specifications for your voltage and amperage, maximum operating stuff. I'll just throw that down below in the description. You can read it if you want. I'll link this in too. They're easy to find. They're on Amazon. You can get them, and Jeff Bezos will hand deliver it by the end of the day. So here's a bunch of connectors. Oh, well, oops, wrong guy. Bastard. All right, so this isn't a huge one. We can probably get away with using some smaller ring terminals for this. I think using a ring terminal like this is going to be a lot cleaner option. So, in no particular order, we'll say that we are wiring in. I'm going to put this on because I haven't had a fuse block yet. So, this is a light kit. So I got power in somewhere. Okay, this actually comes with one. So this is a big tangled mess. We'll try and keep it somewhat isolated. This also has a fusible link in it. No big deal. Get some mess out of here. All right, so we could put a new ring connector right on there. Drop that in if it cooperates. And then screw that straight on. So that's pretty clean. It's pretty easy to see. I think it's going to have a lot better retention than you would if you were just wiring in straight wire. This obviously comes with ring terminals. This is a pretty big one. I might jump down. This is meant to go probably closer to a solenoid or a battery. I don't want to use this one. I'll probably just chop in my own. It's not going to make a huge difference. It's mostly based on the wire gauge size, but it will probably work. Oh, put it on that side. Obviously this is red. It should go to a positive, not a negative. This is just for the demonstration here. So yeah, you can use it ring terminals for better retention. You can, of course, just run some stray wires into it. This is a little bit too big of one. This probably can come loose somehow. I'm not gonna try and break it right now just for the sake of breaking it for the video, but that's how the ring terminals work. Here's some 18 gauge copper clad aluminum cable. We will pull a little bit of this apart real quick. Or we'll try to. Okay. So. All right, the other option you have is to do something, I'll pull this off here, it's a little messy. Get some of this junk out of the way. All right, now you do have this option, of course. I don't like it quite as much, I think it's significantly less secure. All right, your black goes to your negative, red goes to your positive. We'll pretend that you took these ends and they're spliced into this. So imagine your 12-volt system coming into your block. Very simple to understand. So that works. I don't love it. When you're doing this, I like to try and have it loop. You can loop it either way, and then like you could just go like this. I like to have it where the loose part is going to get caught in the fastener so that it naturally wants to secure itself as you're installing it. So drop it on there. This comes with little, they're not quite lock washers, but they engage to keep that more captive. Okay, so you can see the difference here. There's a ring terminal. There's not a lot of play. That's not really going to go anywhere. These connections are, they're okay. Wouldn't want to do it that way unless you had to. That's definitely an option. So yeah, that's how this works. I'm gonna run my accessory battery to this, so both batteries will get charged at the same time. The starting battery will be depleted faster when you're starting it, and it will use a battery like shut-off switch essentially that is not manually actuated. It'll be an electronic system that when it gets below like 12.5 volts, it just kills the auxiliary battery. So I can run rock lights off this, my stereo, other lighting and stuff, and it will not leave me stranded out in the middle of nowhere. It's a cool system to use, and I am excited to install it. So I'll probably throw a video up too of where I put it. It's not a massive system. This actually measures, I want to say it's like 6.5 by 3.5 by like 1.5 inches. So yeah, about 1.5 inches. Cool. So they're your approximate dimensions. Also, your wires can come out there. This did not come with fasteners, I don't believe, because we didn't take them out of the box just now. So you will have to come up with 4 fasteners. They're 3/8 of an inch in off of the corners, so pretty easy to understand. There's no real reason you need to take this bus apart, but there you go. So Blue Sea Systems, 12 volt, 24 volt. Actually, I think it'll handle 32 volts. Yeah, it'll handle 32 volts, 30 amps per circuit, 100 amps per block. Fuse type ATO or ATC. But a cool unit if you're into overlanding, off-roading, or if you are running a lot of new or aftermarket accessories. It just cleans things up quite a bit, and it's really easy to use and install. So, all right, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions about how the system works or where you would put it, etc., if you have input about any of it, leave that down below, and subscribe if you want to see more content or watch me put this into the Bronco.